If you need me, or you may say you are the creator. Some say yesterday was better. You are my peace, and you bring and celebrate. We are your people, and you bring to your we are just so we bow down and say to you, His spiritual His
Yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Shout out to Lorthans and Malachi Ben Israel on that track right there, man. Hey, if you know anything about the second Hebron Men's Gathering, you know anything about it, you know about the praise and worship that happened on Shabbat, then you know that song right there will forever live in infamy in the hearts of all those who attended. It's going to ring out to them. Might bring chills to them when they hear the song. That's the song that was playing when the Ruach made an appearance at the Hebron Men's Gathering. So yeah, man. I know I've been gone. I've been posting little videos and whatnot, you know, of things happening, but I haven't personally came on and spoke to y'all for real in a minute. I've been chilling, man. I went to the Hebron Men's Gathering 2 weeks ago, and I just came back from a gathering in Mississippi and in Memphis. Shout out to Melchizedek Ministries out of Memphis. They had a gathering there, Pentecost gathering there, and had a great turnout. Brews from all over came down. Shout out to the Ox from Indianapolis. Naptown Brews was in the building. It was beautiful, man. Hebron was beautiful. Those of you who don't know and who haven't seen what went down in Hebron, you could go to the Hebron Men's Gathering page on Facebook. You know, check us out. You could Google us. You could Google Hebron Men's Gathering. It'll pull it up for you as well. It was beautiful, man. Bunch of brothers, once again, from all over the country came to one place with the mindset of brotherhood and love and unity. And it was beautiful. You know, I learned some things. You know, I learned one of the first very important things. We like to think we have this already, but in the acting out, we realize how short we come of really knowing this, right? Is that Yah, the creator, does things in his own ways and in his own times, right? You know, we like to think we know that, but when you find yourself getting frustrated about things not going your way or angry about things not going your way, then you're not really living what you have told yourself you know. If you know Yah does things in his own way and at his own times, then you won't get frustrated about things because you understand that, right? So, you know, Hebron was highly promoted for quite some time, well received, right? But the actual participation in the beginning was very slow, very low rate, and it frustrated me, as as many of you may know. It frustrated your brother without end, and I voiced my opinions about such, and it even got to the point to where it was considered to even cancel the gathering, right? But you know, it began to dawn on me, through just slowing down and analyzing and just elders and things coming and giving me a different perception of being content with what I have and being content with whatever y'all provide and being content in the work I've laid forth. If I've laid forth the work, if I've sowed the seed, then all that's left to do is to wait on the fruits to bud, right? What can a farmer do after he's laid the seed and after he's watered the seed? And after he's done all of his preventative measures to keep the work he's done from being eroded. Once he's done all that he can do, all he can do is wait, and that's how it was placed upon me in so many different ways, in so many different areas. It was placed upon me to have the mindset of just waiting and being content. That's why with all we do, we have to do it with all our heart so that we could say we've done all that we can do. And now all that we can do is wait, right? So all praise to the Most High Yah for that revelation. And in going to Memphis, after getting that mindset of whatever Yah is going to do, he's going to do. All I can do is put in the work. And then going to Memphis and being well received there, there was a few brothers there that we had differences about the Hebron gathering and just misunderstandings, really. But that didn't stop us from coming together. That didn't stop them from embracing me as a brother and rolling out the red carpet for me and my family, offering to us whatever we needed, you know what I'm saying? And that spirit or ruach combined with the spirit ruach of the Hebron men's gathering, man, it just showed me that most of our problems that we have personally is because of our own doing, right? What a person does to you or your perception of things that happen to you depends on your own mindset. If your mindset is to let it roll off your back, it'll roll off your back. If your mindset is to address it and to make it right when you feel it's wrong and all that, then you will get what comes with that. When you want to address something and you want to make it go a certain way, what happens when you are readdressed? When you address and then get readdressed, when you try to turn right and then it gets turned left, then you put yourself into a battle. You put yourself into a fight, mentally, spiritually, and sometimes physically. You put yourself in a position of fight. When the most shalom and the most peace can be found in letting a thing go, man. You just gotta let it go. All these arguments I see on social media, people going back and forth about different doctrines and all this stuff, right? A lot of this stuff could be killed if we just be like, you got it. You got it, my brother. You got it, my sister. However you feel, Cool, right? You can say your opinion on a matter. You can give your opinion. But after you done giving your opinion, if it's not well received, if it's not received with an affirmative, if it's received with a separate opinion, just take that, man. Just take it. Just be like, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was talking to my wife, and me and my wife, we get into a lot of spats, right? For one, there's an age difference. Um, Not drastic, but it's a difference nonetheless. There is a perception difference that comes from the age difference, right? And I've been in the truth longer than her, in the walk longer than her, and um, it's just a bunch of things that we find ourselves disagreeing over, or I find myself trying to express my point. Anybody that knows me well knows I will talk some of the talkingest of the talk. You know what I'm saying? I talk your ear off. As my brother say, I said some of the darndest things, right? And I love it. You want to argue about something? Hey, we can argue. We can argue till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them. I should have been a lawyer or something. You know what I'm saying? But I was. But I realized that for the sake of shalom and peace, man, I don't got to be doing all this stuff. And most of the time, when I get into these long, drawn out arguments, these long, drawn out discussions with people, they don't be converted. I talk to somebody for 20 minutes. At the end of the 20 minutes, they still believe what they believe. I still believe what I believe. So why don't I save myself those 20 minutes and just be like, you got it. Even if a person say something that I just desperately disagree with, I'm talking about that thing scratch my ears to hear. Just be like, you know what? You got that. Shalom, brother. Shalom, sister. Tell my wife, you got that, babe. I love you. All right? Not to be funny or nothing, but just in realizing that we can't go no further with this. This conversation can only go to it being an issue. It ain't about being no punk or being no sucker, no pushover for your wife, no pushover to your brother, not being learned in the scriptures. It ain't about none of that, man. It's about shalom. And it's about not having an alt with your brother and your sister. Because it say you shouldn't even bring a prayer. You shouldn't even bring a gift to the altar if you got an alt against your brother. It said leave your gifts at the altar. Leave your offering at the altar and go make peace with your brother and with your sister. Then come back and offer your altar. And offer your offering, right? So, in seeing it like that, we ought to never be having all these extra words, having all these long, drawn out disagreements and discussions with another brother and another sister, right? We should be of the mind of, if a person's not readily willing to be converted to our opinion, then we shouldn't be so eager to bring them over, right? It should be, not to say you shouldn't ever venture to try to convert a person, right? But just give the information, give the opinion, and let that be that. At least they can't say you didn't give them the information. At least they can't say they didn't know your opinion. Give it to them and leave it. Just because you say, you know what, man, I like hot pizza. And they be like, you know what though, but that cold pizza that seasoning sit on it a little better and it tastes better. Don't be like, oh no, see, how you gonna do cold? How you gonna do cold? It's supposed to be hot. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Just be like, oh yeah, that's what's up. And then go on and talk about something else, man. Let's do that. Let's do that from here on out as brothers and as sisters. Let's stop going back and forth because a person think a certain way. Let them think that. Because you're not gonna change nobody off of no back and forth. If they come to you wanting to learn, then do what it takes to teach them. But if they're not asking for your mentorship, if they're not asking for your guidance, for your knowledge, then don't be spending so much time trying to give it to them, man. You know, you're spinning your wheels, right? It said, no man can come to the Son unless the Father reveals him. That means that man has to have some type of relationship with the Father to make the Father say, hey, here go my son. Here go my salvation. Here go my word made flesh. Here he is. Check him out. This is the high priest to be a mediator between us. So, you know, if he don't lead him to knowledge, then what you gonna do? You ain't doing anything but getting in the way. You know what I'm talking about? So stay out the way. Stay out the way. That's what I'm saying. I'm staying out the way. I ain't got no more. Most High will, and he keeps it in my remembrance at all times to be of this mind, right? I've been having to check myself throughout the day. I just started it today, right? And I've been telling my wife, I might say something, right? I'd be like, babe, you know what? Scratch that. Forget about what I just said. Forget about what I just said. Forget about what I just said. Scratch it, right? But let's just be of that mind, man. All praise to the Most High, y'all. It's 12 tribes, but it's one nation. Hallelujah.